Well, good evening. Welcome to the Lime Stadium here at Stair Park, where, and the second game in 4 days, it's Stranraer versus Clyde. On Saturday it was Clyde versus Stranraer, and today, this Tuesday night, 7:45 kick-off here on Tuesday, the 24th of March. It's Stranraer versus Clyde. My name is John McKinnon. Commenting tonight alongside me is Graham Murray. Graham, welcome. It's a cold night tonight.
It certainly is. Obviously, it was glorious on Saturday at Hamilton. Lovely weather, but listen, we're still in March, so it's not unexpected. But listen, fair play to the Stranraer staff for getting the match on today. There was obviously a pitch inspection at 2:30 earlier on today, but they've done well. The game goes ahead. I think there might be some conditions to contend with tonight, but listen, we're looking forward to it. We had a good result on Saturday, and hopefully we can back that up tonight. Yeah, so one change from Saturday's lineup, which sees Nathan Cannon make his full league debut for Clyde, replacing Aidan McGinley. So Jay Hogarth, Tommy Robson, Craig Howie, Barry Cuddihy, Robbie Leach, Marley Redfern, Logan Dunnicky, Kyle Connell, Darren Hines, Nathan Cannon and Captain Andrew Murdoch.
Absolutely. And so I should also say that the referee for this evening is George Calder, and the assistant referees are Elliot Poughton and Jamie Andrews. And I had to look carefully there. At first I was always saying Julie Andrews, but then I realised it's not the Sound of Music, Graham. So round the players entering the stadium, they enter the park now, and Clyde are in their away strip, the red with the black. Currently on our left hand side, was from on the right. We'll see after the toss whether they're shooting left or right, or whether there'll be a change of ends. But two captains in the centre of the park, and wait and see what's going to happen here. Looks as if they're going to retain the ends they're at, and I think the referee George Calder will be keen to get this one under starters' orders as early as he possibly can. Good work there by Dominic Plank, always lively. There'll be a shot coming here. There is. You can always see him making room for the shot, Graham, and he hits it well.
Yeah, he did. Obviously forcing Jay to make a save there.
Just outside his area, knocks it forward. It's a long searching one. Done it here for the first time this tonight. Gets out jumped, but that one's nodded forward. There's a chance here for Cannon. We burst the pace. He could get to that. He has done. He's done well. Can he make too much of it? Make some space for himself. Can he cut it back across? He can. Kyle Connell, there was an opportunity there. Oh, I tell you what, just a little bit too casual with that one. Barry Cuddihy was coming in, but it was Andy Murdoch that was coming in. But long ball, edge of the box here, 18-yard line, looking for Dunnicky. The ball drops. He's dropped to Andy Murdoch. He's done well, making a bit of space there. Barry Cuddihy pops out. No, Marley Redfern's over there. It's a good ball. Redfern, can he get it there? Yes, I go. Oh, it's a great save. Tass does well to save that. Cannon, yes. It's 1-0 Clyde. And Nathan Cannon gets the second ball. Out it drops, and Cannon slots it in at the near post. It was a good first save there by Tass, and Nathan Cannon ready for the rebound. Good ball in there by Marley Redfern. Good attacking header, and quickly a great save from Tass actually to knock that back out as the ball broke out to that right hand side. There was Nathan Cannon just to get a hold of it and control that ball low into the bottom corner, and it's Stranraer 0, Clyde 1. Knock forward, only as far as Robson. Robson's looking to find Robbie Leach. Oh, I tell you what, surely. And the referee's let that go. Eckerpom puts it through the middle there. It's a lovely ball. And I tell you what, it's a great tackle by Logan Dunnicky, because there's no flag at the far side.
I mean, Darren Lang was onside, and it was brilliant to find him with Logan Dunnicky. And I think Andy Murdoch's right to ask the question just now, because Jordan Stewart has went right through the back of Robbie Leach.
Well, Andy Murdoch doing a captain's job, having a word there with the referee. So Stranraer have it, halfway in the Clyde half, far side of the park. Looking for the movement, eventually finding it there. Comes back to him, be deflection there by a corner for Stranraer. So we're moving in really to the final minute of this first half, and might be a wee bit added on just for that wee injury at the far side there, Graham, but an opportunity for Stranraer here just as we come to the end of the first half.
Yeah, last couple of corners they put in have caused problems. Some of our own making, but it's neat to be defending us.
Corner comes in, it's going for the front post, and it's a goal. It's a goal. It's a bad time to lose one, Graham, but again, as you say, just not enough attack on that ball. Cut loose and knocked in. So just as we come to the end of this first half, Stranraer put one back. It's Stranraer 1, Clyde 1. Plank's always dangerous on that ball.
Yep.
Not as good a corner that time, easily cleared by Kyle Connell. But there's going to be a little push there, and it's going to be a Stranraer free kick. Motherhead first protesting why the free kick was given. But Stranraer will do the same thing to get it rolling again, but the referees want it right back at the spot where it happened. So it's Ronan Hughes, knocks it back out again. It's the third time, same move. There's an opportunity here for Stranraer. He's brought it down well, and he scored. Well, I tell you what, it's an early opportunity for Stranraer. They've taken it, they've gone 2-1 up. Clyde didn't clear the line, and after Jay Hogarth punched it, came straight to the Stranraer forward, who hits it high and sweet off the crossbar, and in, and it's Stranraer 2, Clyde 1 here at Stair Park. Andy Murdoch, and it's a familiar figure of Dominic Plank, building for Stranraer, middle of the park. He'll wander right, he'll wander left, he'll see his player moving. There's the ball now, out it comes. It's well played there by Jordan Stewart. He brought it down well, that's a lovely ball. I'll tell you what, Graham, it's a beautiful ball, nothing can argue with that. Jordan Stewart put that right in the forward's head, and he's put it over the bar.
Yeah, Darren Lang's really...
It was a great opportunity for Darren Lang there, it was right on his head there, a beautiful cross from Jordan Stewart.
Yeah,
and
much like
from a Clyde
Saturday.
perspective, happily it show's over.
Yeah.
So Clyde going to make a substitution as well.
Yeah, a couple.
Kyle Fleming coming on. What's your bets here, Graham?
Yeah, Nathan Cannon's coming off.
Nathan Cannon coming off. Kyle Fleming and Scott Williamson coming on. And Barry Curry is going off at the far side.
Yeah. Surprised at that. I thought...
Curry has a good game tonight, actually.
Yeah.
He's been doing well. Clyde's longest serving player. Kyle Connell with the throw for Clyde here. It's a good one. There's height on it. Dolan, who went back there with him, manages to get that. Ball squared there. It's a great interception from Murdoch. Another quick ball played, but Howie's in on top of that. Connell does well. Connell, Andy Murdoch just didn't come off right from there. And there's an opportunity there. I'll tell you what, he's got the break of the ball. And it's going to be 3-1 Stranraer. It is 3-1 Stranraer. Darren Lang. It's a very, very quick break. And Stranraer make it 3-1 on the evening here. 67 minutes played. Darren Lang took that opportunity to go. Question maybe what was an handball to play it down, but at the end of the day, it looked as if it just came down off his shoulder. Ran on in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really poor goal to lose. I think Dan Hines
Clyde caught cold in the rebound there, really.
Dan Hines has decided against bringing him down as the last man. And I think, Darren Lang, I think he's pulled his hamstring, but still manages to get round Jay Hogarth and slot it into an empty net, which is really, really disappointing.
And at the present moment in time, revenge is sweet for Stranraer following the game on Saturday.
Yeah, as I said, the fact is, the fact that we're probably going to be exchanging victories still means that Stranraer are 5 points behind us with 5 games to go. So there's not really much change in that.
No, I mean, if things finish the way they are at the present moment in time, Graham, but there's a long way to play here. There's still 20 odd minutes to play. If Clyde can, make the difference, substitutes are on, try and make a little bit of a difference. But at the end of the day, as you say, it's no real change because both these teams started five a gap. And it looks as if we're going to see the introduction of Mohamed Nyang and also Aidan McGinley coming into the game as well, Graham. So I don't know, what's your reckonings there in terms of the changes?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally I'm a bit surprised that Barry came off.
Motherhead coming off and Captain Andy Murdoch coming off, So Mohamed Nyang comes on, Aidan McGinley comes on, and Clyde just trying to shake things up a little bit here, trying to come back into this.
Yeah, I mean,
3-1 down. McGinley needs to bring in Robson. Brings in Robson this time. Scott Williamson's on the outside there. McGinley. What can he do with it? Too many players. Dominic Plank. Stranraer been very, very quick in these breaks. It's Dominic Plank. And Craig Cowie's going to get a booking here. He does get a yellow card for that one. Thankfully, he was not the last man there, but it was a professional foul. Mohamed Nang trying to knock that forward, but it's back again in Stranraer possession. Nice little touchdown there. It's cut back in. That's a nice ball. There's a potential here. It's still not cleared. It's a great save by Jay Hogarth there. And again, Clyde hadn't cleared the lines, Graham. You assume that Clyde kind of got a foot in the ball here, Graham.
Yeah, and it's disappointing as well, because obviously you've taken the leads in a scrappy game, but since half time, obviously Stranraer would get a lift from equalising just on half time, but the only team that's really looked like scoring.
I think those goals, just at the end of the first half, right at the beginning of the second half, have killed the competition that was there at the time, And again, even here in the middle of the park, very slow to the ball, Graham. And out comes Stranraer again. Dolan, it's surely through. It's going to be number 4. It's a great save by Hogarth. I'll tell you what, keeper kept that live for them, Graham.
Yeah, he's at the last couple of minutes. He's kept us in it. 2 good saves.
So Lennon Conley is going to enter the fray. Kyle Connell coming off, and Lennon Conley coming on. Darren Young putting on his final substitution for this match. And it's Lennon Conley entering the fray. Score remains Stranraer 3, Clyde 1. Kyle Fleming does well. Nines got an opportunity, gets in on top of it there. If you knock forward for Williamson. Opportunity for Scott Williamson here. Can he take us into the box? He does, and he actually gets that cross in. Was the referee blown for that? He is. He's given a penalty, Graham. It didn't look much in it to me, but
no, it's very soft.
It's an opportunity for Clyde to pull one back. 5 minutes to play. I thought it was a very soft penalty, Graham.
Yeah, it is very soft.
So, Robbie Leach, an opportunity to score again. Scored one on Saturday. So it's Robbie Leach facing Lyndon Tass from the spot. 86 minutes. A couple of minutes added on, I think, in this game for substitutions and 1 or 2 with injuries, but I don't think it'll be a great deal of time, Graham.
I wouldn't think so. Lots of substitutions, in fairness.
So, Robbie Leach versus Lyndon Tass. Leach, and Tass has saved it. It's a poor penalty.
Yeah, I think if anything summed up Clyde's second half performance last night, that was it.
Well, it was maybe the story of Clyde's night, to be honest there, Graham, because it was a soft penalty in the first place, and it was a poorly taken penalty. Given the substitutions and just a wee delay there, but Stranraer looking comfortable here for 3 points this evening. Yeah, and that'll give them a chance to leapfrog Forfar, go back into that 4th position. And that'll be 5 points behind Clyde. Clyde will remain 11 points behind Spartans and 12 points behind East Kilbride. There's another opportunity. Oh, and I thought it was going to be number 4 there, Graham.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good effort. Just curious point, Robbie Leach taking that penalty there. We've got Scott Williamson on the park there. I wonder why Scott Williamson never took that penalty there.
Tommy Robson gets the ball moving there to Dan Hines. Hines needs to put the cross in. Clyde throwing everything at it at the present moment in time, but I tell you kind of feel they missed an opportunity with that penalty, Graham. The full-time whistle goes here at the Lime Stadium at Stair Park. It's Stranraer 3, Clyde 1. From a co-commentator, Graham Murray, both of us agreed it was a fair win for Stranraer this evening. We had nothing to give there, did we, Graham?
Yeah, disappointing, but we need to pick ourselves up because, Stranraer are 5 behind. I'm not sure how many Forfar are, but we need to make sure that we've got a long trip up to Elgin, that we recharge our batteries and we put a lot more into the game on Saturday than we did tonight.
Absolutely. So from my co-commentator Graham Murray, myself, John McKinnon, we hope you've enjoyed the rest of the evening, but it's a good night from very cold Stair Park here. Thank you.